Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to have a look at the criteria which will make you pass the research project of Oxford Brookes University. So these criteria are mentioned in the guidance book which is issued by the Oxford Brookes University. It is appearing on page number 18. So let's go to page number 18, 19. You can see the criteria based on which you will get through this OBU research. So if you want to achieve the pass grade A, that's what we have to focus on. For each and every element of the research, how you will score a grade A is mentioned here. Let's explore one by one. Number one, understanding of accountancy business models. So obviously, you know that when you are doing the research, you are supposed to apply accountancy or the business models. So when you are applying that, you have to demonstrate them. So what you are supposed to demonstrate? Evidence of wider reading by use of highly appropriate models of frameworks and techniques. So if you show that you have read, you know about it, right? Not that you know less, but you know more. Like you have read, you have researched about it. That should be evident in the research report what you are writing. Remember, you are not going along with the research report to explain to the examiner how you have done the research. Your research report have to show how it has been done. Demonstrate thorough understanding of models or frameworks by fully explaining, reviewing, evaluating the chosen models or frameworks and the techniques. So properly demonstrate what's a model and why, what's the use of that model. Links model or frameworks and techniques appropriate to the organization study. So properly your business model like PESTEL or whatever you are using have to be properly connected to the business, what you are doing, where you are doing the research. Identification and full discussion of the limitation of the application of models or framework in the chosen context. So what are the problems in that model? What are the limitations? Now, for example, you take the PESTEL analysis, so it may not consider a few other factors. SWOT may be difficult to really understand what's the strength and weakness. So there are a lot of literature written about it. Read about it, bring that into your research. So first of all, in a nutshell, if you take the understanding, if you want to get a grade A for understanding of accountancy and business models, that marks, you have to demonstrate that you have read about that particular model. Number one, you have applied that model properly to the business. Number two, and number three, you should have properly listed down what are the limitations, what are the issues with that model also. The second element where you have to score your marks is evaluation of information and analysis and conclusions. High level of critical thought shown in analysis and a rigorous approach to the evaluation of information. In many sections, I see students, what the students do is they just, put a graph or show the variance and they explain the variance. No, to explain a graph or explaining a graph or explaining a variance is not high level of critical thought. High level of critical thought is basically analyzing why that particular variance happened, what are the reasons, and connecting them to the organizational strategies, connecting them to the business models, connecting them to the wider world, and talking about why these problems are happening, what caused the issue. That's what you call high level of critics. So if I take one example, like say, for example, if the sales have gone up from say $1 million to $2 million, now sales have gone up by 100%, writing that will not give you marks, but why it has gone up? What are the strategies used? How those strategies were implemented, how it worked out, right? When you take the comparator, how did they apply? What did they do? Why they did not achieve a similar success? Or why they achieve better than this? So analyzing like that is what you put. If you analyze that only, the examiner will believe that you have a good critical thought and you will get full marks. Full, clear, and accurate analysis of the evidence gathered against the models or frameworks considered. I told you. Identification and analysis of trends relating to wider factors of corporate organizational strategy. Clear conclusions are well reasoned, referring to the research aim supported by the models used and the evidence gathered in the chosen context. So, in a nutshell, guys, if you are showing 3-year performance, don't put a graph and then next paragraph explain went up by X%, came down by Y%. No, you're going to get marks for that. Rather than that, why it went up, right? What factors made it go up or come down? You have to explain that. The third element you are supposed to get third element, I think I missed it, but I'll just tell you right now. Application of accountancy business models, insightful and critical application of models or frameworks and the techniques to the project topic. So, for example, if you are using PESTEL to analyze the industry, tell political factors and how did that political factors affected the industry. So show that you are using the model. Don't write a research report without a model, or don't just show the model on the top, but at the research part, not use the model. You're not going to get it. Models or frameworks and techniques applied appropriate to the research approach. For primary research questionnaires, interview questions. For the secondary research, justified use of effective and relevant comparator or benchmark. So bring those models and show how did you apply the model in your research appropriately. Very few errors in the calculation or other aspects of application of the model or frameworks and techniques. So your number of errors or whatever in your application has to be very less if you want to get grade A. The fourth element, presentation part, can engage a reader in a highly professional manner and produce a relevant and coherent project report with appropriate. If you're feeling sleepy, then I'm not engaging you. Okay, so when you're in your research report, if somebody take your research report, you should write in a manner that they will not keep it down without completely reading that. That's what we call an engaging read. So a professional engaging read is what important by the way you are drafting your research report. Good structure using appropriate headings and subheadings appropriate to subject and audience. Don't write big paragraphs without subheadings, right? People will lose interest. People can't keep a track of it. So break sections into subheadings and write under that. Graph charts used very effectively to convey findings in a manner suitable for business audience. As much as possible, put graphs and charts. One is it may look lovely on your research, and the other reason why you should use it, that you can reduce your word count. You can convey a message very easily through a chart rather than writing a big description. So that's the other reason, other factor you are supposed to consider if you want to get to this particular research project. Thank you for listening. In the next video, I will explain what are the graduate skills which examiner will look into if you are going to get a good pass.